Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between Liquid Jinro versus Evil Genius's Idra here on Terminus SE. Excuse me. I really don't know the difference between all the different types of Terminus, but this is the version that has destructible rocks right here, leading to that natural third base. Meanwhile, it is a standard Vespian Geyser, not a rich Vespian Geyser, with only 5 mineral patches for that third base, meaning that a Zerg can easily take up a third base if needed, but it will not be a full third base if the game does try to go long. Now, you can see Jinro spawning at the 9 o'clock location here as the blue Terran player. Meanwhile, you can see Idra over here at the 6 or 7 o'clock position as the red Zerg. So Zerg versus Terran here on Terminus. And we'll see what really comes out of this matchup. Overlord now making its way across the map. Jinro has really been favoring that Mutalisk style of play, being defensive in the early portion, using a couple Zerglings to fend off any sort of attacks, and then pushing in with so many Mutalisks, reaching critical mass, and then pretty much just denying what a player can do. So we'll see whether or not that really works out in the end, or if Idra goes for that same rinse and repeat strategy. If it works the first time, why not try it again? It looks like Idra has really been practicing hard that particular strategy. The build orders, the timing's all perfect, as Idra now going into a 16/18 once again, and now will quickly be scouting. You can see that there is a drone now making its way off to the north, and it will be able to get inside of the space, as Jinro does not have a supply depot up in time. Refinery is also being placed down, so Idra knows that there is not going to be any mass marine antics at all in this particular matchup. This one Zonaga Tower quickly being used in order to gain some site information, as we should be getting up a supply depot here, followed by a factory. And you can see that the hatchery has been placed down by Idra already. It was that standard 16 hatch that he showed in the last game, as we now also see a spawning pool being morphed into play. So it is going to be a spawning pool followed by an extractor. Idra getting quickly into 28/28 food, as that has been his most normal strategy as of late. As soon as this one hatchery is up, it will provide an additional food there, and we'll see what's going to come of it, as the Overlord still scouting about. SCV now wandering around trying to see what's going to happen, as a Marine is going to be able to put in a little bit of pressure, but not very much. A bunker is being placed down, and Idra does spot this bunker. So with a bunker being built right outside, drones are now being transferred already, and this one poor Marine may get taken down by the claws of a drone. The drone's able to push back that one Marine there. It looks like drones are going after the SCV. The SCV is currently, yes, it will get destroyed, as now there are more than enough drones to deal with those two Marines. Most likely that will get canceled right now. As we can see, double queens are being trained, 21/27. And we'll see what comes of this next. 21/27, 27/28. So one more drone, and then Idra will be at that magic 28/28 that he always gets to faster than any other player that I've seen. Now, Zerglings are going to try to swarm and take down this one Marine. Marine will get destroyed there. It gets taken down, as the 4 Zerglings are going to be able to just put in a little bit more pressure. There are Hellions being added, so this is going to be very interesting. It looks like the Zergling is just going to try to run up the ramp, unable to do so, as Jinro is going for that double Hellion opening. Most likely is going to perhaps swap it for that Blue Flame Tech once again, as we saw in the last matchup. And Jinro really not finding that much success with these Blue Flame Hellions this time around. Perhaps transitioning into Banshee play, as opposed to spending the 150 gas on this Blue Flame, may be a better option. However, you are able to two-shot Zerglings, which is very important. But then again, we haven't really seen Idra really going that heavily into Zerglings. So these Hellions, these 2 Hellions are looking to deal a little bit more damage. Now going to come in, a little bit of drone torching there, but the Spine Crawler is in position. Zerglings now trying to get in position. The Zerglings are going to be able to swarm in and take down perhaps the rest of these Hellions. The Hellions are now hiding on the low ground there. Going to go ahead and get another round of Spawn Larva, and perhaps even another... wow, very nice torch there by Jinro. Jinro finishing off all of those Zerglings to very low hit point, And is it going to happen? Oh, one Hellion does get taken down. Taking a look at the total losses, 250 versus 225. But Idra is more than happy with his current economic situation. Currently up a lot of drones, currently up 9 drones, and also has his second base fully running, so less diminishing returns. Jinro should be able to call in another mule and then try to even up this economic game. SCV is going to come over and repair. The Hellions were destroyed. Siege tanks are being trained as an Overlord was going to get quickly shot down. As Zergling's going to be able to, no, not going to be able to sneak inside the base. And the Zerglings, following their orders, was trying to just simply run and do a suicide run into the base of Jinro to figure out what's going on inside. But still, you can see that Idra is pretty much playing in the dark. He doesn't know if his opponent has a starport yet, which is very important, or if he's going to be trying to go into Marine Tank. It looks like it will be Marine Tank. Combat Shield now being researched. Another barracks being added, so it is going to be a lot of reactored Marines. You can see already 2 reactors with 1 tech lab currently in play there. As the Hellions are trying to make their way up that ramp. It looks like one of the spine crawlers was destroyed. Not 100%, no, move back over here. I was going to say, how was that spine crawler destroyed? As the spine crawler is going to position itself off over here and also get a spire. Now you can see Idra slowly massing up all of that gas. He's going to be able to train up somewhere in the realm of 8. I believe it's going to be 8 Mutalisks as soon as that spire is done, as long as he has enough food to do so. It looks like he's freeing up that food cap right now, needing another 30 seconds. So yeah, it is going to be somewhere in the realm of 8 Mutalisks instantaneously, and that is going to be a really, really large power shift in map control as this creep tumor or now gets canceled. Not quite sure if that was actually hatched by a queen or if that was actually another creep tumor trying to do a little bit of that push out. You can see a hatchery is currently being morphed into play at the all-important 3rd base. Marines and siege tanks are on the move. 6 Mutalisks. The timing on this attack has to be perfect if Jinro wants to be able to break this. And there is a lot of Marines. Are there any missile turrets? No missile turrets inside the base at all. So Jinro may come into a base race in just a moment as the siege tanks are sieging just a little bit too far away. That is not where the siege tank needs to be. It needs to be much, much closer, as there is also a spine crawler up on the high ground. The siege tank, if it's not careful, Marines now trying to make their way over, going to be able to do a little bit of a push. Spine crawler now coming in, also going to get in some easy impales, as this one siege tank needs to unsiege and get with the rest of the party. This one spine crawler will get destroyed, but no sight up onto that high ground. Gonna make it very difficult for Jinro to really push back. A Mutalisk flying straight to its death, but now Mutalisk going to be cutting off the reinforcements, and that may be a bit of a problem. One siege tank down to 92 hit points as a bunker is now being established. Not quite sure why Jinro isn't moving up with the siege tank. There is a missile turret now being added. Mutalisk now trying to fly in. It looks like the Mutalisk will be able to get, unable to get the damage off. And Jinro is in a very nice position now, attacking at just the right moment, and now able to even push in with Hellions and getting a lot of Zergling and drone kills. The Hellions now need to back off, though. This is not looking good. SCVs are repairing. Bunker about to be completed. However, this one spine crawler on the high ground still causing a lot of problems. The Mutalisk able to finish it off. Nothing inside this bunker. A little bit of an odd play there. Finally getting some Marines in there, so this siege tank is going to be in a well-fortified position. And Jinro pushing with a very, very small window, doing a great job, as Marines are going to be jumping inside this one bunker in just a moment. No SCVs any longer. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. Jinro at most can call in mules to repair, but those mules cannot build anything, as this furthest back siege tank now going to pull back. Once again, Marines kind of get even more damage. Hellions continuing this pressure, as this siege tank perhaps should be positioning itself off over here. There is some more siege tanks, more units still pushing in. Bunker going to be able to shoot down some of those Mutalisks, as well as we are going to see now try to figure out what's going to happen over here. Another Mutalisk getting destroyed. Siege tanks, Mutalisks, both sides just getting in a lot of damage on top of each other. SCVs need to really repair this bunker, perhaps even get up another missile turret, and making it very difficult for those Mutalisks to really do anything else. Jinro, however, rallying straight into this forward position, may lose a couple of units in transit, Yes, one siege tank will go down pretty much unanswered as SCVs are now repairing this bunker off over here. The siege tanks still need to push off a little bit further. Are they going to be able to get into all that necessary damage? SCVs are on auto repair. Another missile turret and another bunker being added as well. This hatchery is not being challenged, and now in comes the counterattack by Idra. Idra now Mutilus fighting on both sides. Banelings are getting a lot of splash damage, but I believe the bunker and the siege tanks may be enough, and Idra does say GG. So Idra losing game 2 in this best of 3 series. Stay tuned for game 3.